Well, welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. It's first look day. We're at first flight at Kitty Hawk, and we are going to take a look at the Microsft I'm Sorry Series aircraft number 4, EC-135. It's a helicopter. I picked the color scheme that matched my logo. So we're going to jump in and have a look. And we're going to share some candid thoughts, I guess is a good way of putting it, about this particular bird. So, for right now, let's go have a walk around. And it looks just fine from a distance. And then if you get up really, really close, yeah, that tail rotor is quite polygoned. So yeah. Anywho, let's walk around the other side. So the aircraft comes equipped with pitot-static covers, engine covers, and rotor tip covers that you'll need to remove on walk around, and I've already done that. And I hate to be the person who nitpicks on textures, because there are plenty of people out on the internet who want to do that for a living. However, there are some opportunities for improvement. Let's just say that. All right. So let's jump in. So this was included with Sim Update 3. And I'm not going to roll through the startup sequence. Again, there are folks who have already done that, but I think in all candor, this is a swing and a miss. So this was another one of those, let's quote, air quotes here, make it right with the community for the opportunities that presented themselves with the initial release of Microsft Flight Sim 2024, and then the subsequent issues and problems that folks have experienced since launch. My sense is that since this was supposed to be, payware, I feel like what it turned into was Rushware. So I'm coining a doghouse phrase here. So Rushware is when you build something and you get it out the door without, doing some digital dusting and vacuuming just to make sure that things are tidy and proper. So that's one. I mean, the textures are one thing, but the other thing that you're going to experience with this aircraft is the flight model. So it's interesting to say the least. And I have several other, helicopters in my hangar. But this one, folks, yeah. So let's go ahead and fire it up. So the other thing you're going to notice when we do start the aircraft is we're not going to get a whole lot of volume out of the engines, both internal in the cockpit and then also external with the external view. So I think that could be better. And I'm also going to include a link over to the official forum for some of the feedback that folks have given this particular bird. So on the optimistic side of the house, I am hopeful that this gets the care and feeding that it needs in order to bring it up to a good standard. And I'll say it like that. Otherwise, I'm going to put this in the category of it being a lot like the initial launch of 2024. It wasn't ready. So, anywho, engine's coming up. I do have SPAD next, ready to rock and roll. My controller should be good. And we will give it a moment to the RPM to come up here. Anyway, it comes with several liveries, so we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. But one of the things you're really going to notice is how twitchy it is. And I don't mean twitchy in a realistic helicopter kind of way. And it also seems to really like a full left boot in terms of pedal pressure. Which is unfortunate. I really like the shape of this bird. It's very elegant looking. Oh, anyway, Mr. Sunshine is coming up here over the Atlantic. All right, let's jump back inside. Okay, so I guess there's no time like the present. There's a cool shot of the memorial here. We'll swing her around here. Take a look at the sunrise. Probably need some more horsepower here, folks. Instead of being a tourist, I guess I should start concentrating on flying my aircraft here. Alright, we'll get rolling here down the beach. So I have several flight sim friends that I have the privilege of hanging out with on Sundays, who are certainly much more astute with helicopters than I am. And they were not plussed with this one either, so I don't think I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Right now I have got full left boot, and you see the direction of the helicopter. Now, if I do that to the right-hand side, notice I get some banking. So anyway, it's a bit of a shame, really. But, you know, that being said, there's some time and some opportunity to, I guess, to make right the let's make this right with aircraft number 4. I really wish, this is really going to be my parting thought here, I really wish that Microsft and Asobo would learn the lesson. I don't expect perfection. I truly don't. But I'm also not going to sit here and make excuses for the quality of this particular offering just because it was free. Particularly since it was supposed to maybe offset some of our frustration and aggravation with the sim. Now, in fairness, the sim has come a long way in the last 60 or 90 days. And I had a reasonable experience here with Sim Update 3. But to be honest, I really haven't had time to really dig into much depth, other than I have done some cross-country flights. I've recorded a couple of videos since I did the update, and aside from the zooming in on the map to do things to get started on a flight and crashing to desktop several times, that's really the only thing that I have seen. There are some cool things that have been added in terms of being able to manage level of detail, right? So I encourage you to go over to general settings, right, and have a look at that. There's also a video that I'm releasing that specifically talks about Sim Update 3 for 2024. So there's some niceties, and there's certainly a lot of patching and bug fixing and corrections to issues, you know, with aircraft from various vendors who built the things that were included with standard and deluxe, etc., etc. So, at any rate, I think I'm going to leave her here. We're not going to dilly-dally, just going to hover. I do hope everybody is keeping well. So what's the verdict, Doghouse, on this particular aircraft? Well, it's not ready for prime time, I don't think. It's definitely not going to get a lot of flight time from me in its current state. So, at any rate, tell me what you think. Add your thoughts in the comments below if you've tried this one out. So it will show up in your list of available aircraft. There's no steps to take. So anyway, I do invite you to go check out the Sim Update 3 video. There's some cool things that we talk about there, and enjoy. And I do hope that everybody is keeping well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Those kinds of things help us out. We continue to grow as a channel. We'd love to have you as a channel member. With that, as always, say hello to Orville and Wilbur. Cheers, y'all.